Well, good day, everybody. I feel like that magic mirror that we used to have when we were kids, dating myself. But, she would look through the magic mirror and she would say, well, there's Tommy. I see Jessica. I see Rihanna. Did Rihanna exist back then? Anyway, so that's what I'm feeling like. But let's go to Santa Clarita open houses. Going to talk through a couple, well, actually one specific blog post. I think it's important. I think a lot of people need to see the information. You can come here, a total referral site. You want to get to the blog, of course. So at the top, you'll click the About. You'll come down to blog, and then we'll look at the article. Not necessarily what's on page one today, but we'll go back just a little bit and we'll pick the appropriate post. The best Santa Clarita real estate agent for home buyers and sellers in 2026. When you're searching online, you're going to see syndication sites. You're going to see websites that purport that they have the best agents. And a lot of those cases are pay to play. So an agent to get listed on there, I might be the best in the world. And by the way, I'm finding your perfect agent match. That's what I do. Been in the business since 98, and I've been working in artificial intelligence now. That's what I've been putting together for clients, business owners, these sorts of things. But instead of abandoning real estate, I understand that I do know that there are better agents to select than others when it comes to being represented with buying or selling probably the largest investment you might ever make, and hopefully you go way beyond that. But in most cases, that's a lot. So you do need that right representation. I have LAPD background, so then I smell the BS. Plus, I've worked with a lot of these people, and some definitely would be those that I would hire, and others probably not so much. So if you trust me to make that decision, help you through that process, please, you can fill out the form here at the homepage, of course, and be able to just get on my calendar, and then we'll discuss exactly what you need. All right, so as far as what I see out there when it comes to syndication websites and so on, you'll see that there are a lot of reviews. They'll have multiple star reviews. A lot of them are 5-star. A lot of them are perfect 5-star, which is quite remarkable. I mean, that bar is incredibly high. I'm not sure in the world where perfection exists, except for in Scripture, but we do see this. Again, some of this with my historical understanding of human nature, and you probably have this. You probably have had people that haven't been completely upfront and honest. Sometimes it seems to run that way, and when I see these sites online, it does that as well. But when you are looking, kind of read through those reviews instead of just looking at the overall star rating and see what they look like. Are there really nuts and bolts? Are they granular? Does it talk about a particular problem that agents solved? When I'm searching for agents for my clients, people that are looking to hire their best, I just don't look at the superficial value or just that star rating. I want to see what those reviews are talking about. And when I'm running into nonsense and just great agent, fantastic, love working with them, but not people that are talking about, I was in a transaction with this agent, and the other agent pitched us something that the seller wasn't willing to do. And then my agent said, this is going to end up costing you a lot of money. And if it's found out that this is true, just besides the money you've been spending on inspections, if you find out this is true, it's going to be, more thousands of dollars. And this isn't that market to run that bet on that type of property. Plus, you're not an investor. You're an actual person that wants to buy the house to live in it and raise your family. And the way that it is now, because of the discoveries that have happened, it's probably going to take 4 to 6 months for you even to be able to move in. The value just isn't there with that. Having that kind of a real talk and a review, that's huge, and that's what I look for. I look for those types of things. Now, whenever you are looking for a real estate agent, you definitely want to have that conversation and find out exactly what their thought process is. And one of the things that I'll ask, and I definitely bring this to my clients, is I'll say, well, when's the last time you killed something? And people say, well, killed? Oh my gosh. No, I mean, actually, when did you, like I just mentioned in that example, when did you actually stop a transaction from happening? When was the last time you did that? And that's a very valuable thing to ask, because if they can then fess up and say, well, I've probably a handful of times, and it's not, if you run into somebody that kills things every day, I mean, is there really that much bad in the world? Maybe, but again, you kind of want to see where they're coming from. And that could also be a ploy to get the attention, to get the deal. By knowing what was going to be asked, they might say, well, yeah, if I just tell him that I've killed a whole bunch of stuff in the way of transactions trying to protect clients, then I'll definitely get the job. I see past that nonsense as well. Something to consider whenever you're looking to hire an agent. If you want me to run the interference, more than happy. If you want to look for real estate as well, just go to the homepage here. You can punch in any neighborhood or just scroll right down and you'll see everything that happens to be for sale. Not just open houses. When you do go into open houses, what the thing that I recommend to my clients, just make sure that you're not signing anything. A lot of times they'll say, well, the seller wants your information on this piece of paper. You have to be wary. It's totally up to you to do that. I was never a practicer of that. If somebody wants to give up who they are, great. If you say, I'm represented by Santa Clarita Open Houses, they'll definitely stand down. That's it, because I'm the referral source. Don't represent buyers and sellers myself, but I do find those that do the best job for my clients. I hope you're well. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next blog post update. You can go to Santa Clarita Open Houses, about, and then click on my blog. You'll be able to see it. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.